One morning, I received a phone call from my friend Bertram, who had found an abandoned baby crow on a small road near his tent, and its parents had not been around for half a day now. I packed my car and drew to him so that we could have a look at it together. The baby crow was very weak, probably dehydrated by the baking sun, and we agreed that if we did not help it, it would most certain die. The problem is that it does not want the food and water we provide, so we have to find a way to make it eat and drink. Until now it has refused to eat. We have put worms and beetles and everything. This is after I talked to one of my friends who's a scientist. She wrote a book about crows and the intelligence of crows, and she recommended cat food with softened in water. And out of nowhere, the crow is okay. That's enough. I think he has been eating, or she, we don't know what it is, has been eating 6 of these now. Er du færdig? No? Are you done? This is nice. Yeah. Together we decided that I could adopt the crow and have it on my farm until it would once again be ready to get back to nature. Before I will take this little crow home to the farm, we decided to spend the rest of the day, the night and a little of the following day in this tent, just in case the parents would start calling or looking for the little fellow. That would, after all, be the very best thing that could happen right now, because first of all, this little fellow belongs with its parents and its brothers and sisters, and second, I have absolutely no idea how to be a crawdad. Er du ben, der bliver sulten nu? Ja, kom. After a little bit of relaxing, the little crow was hungry and thirsty again, so we gave it another round. And after that, it got tired and fell to sleep. Bertram and I agreed that we also needed to relax a little bit, so we took our photo gear and went out on a little trip. My good friend Bertram is here. Has spotted a woodpecker, and he photographed it yesterday and invited me to his little site so we could photograph the woodpecker together. Oi, now we can hear the woodpecker.
Yeah, calling for food.
How close do you reckon we get without disturbing?
10 meters without a problem, because so one of the parents there. Let's try to get a little bit closer. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
I'll try to get a better microphone on the other camera, because it's very that is the sound you have to listen to discover a woodpecker nest.
Morten, you can hear it. The second big tree, about 3 meters up. You have a big hole in the tree. It's too close for us finding camera equipment and making noise.
So we back out a little bit.
Yeah,
so back out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is a good spot. We have like clear sight of you. We are far enough away to make whatever kind of noises we need to.
What is that lens? I know there are a lot of Nikon photographers
Yeah.
who will ask me, what is that?
Yeah, it's one of the old manual focus lenses. A 300mm 4.5. It's a cheap lens to buy, but the quality is very, very nice.
The light in here, you can probably not see that on the camera, but it's very low because it's summer and the treetops is blocking all the incoming light. Okay, so we are getting in position about 20 meters further away than when we were the closest to the woodpeckers. One of the big challenges here is the fact that the white balance is really hard to nail, because we are underneath all these green leaves, so the daylight gets filtered through the green light here. The result of that is a photo that has this green cast all over the place, and it doesn't help to adjust like the Kelvin degrees, because they are basically working between yellow and blue, and now we want to work more between the red and green, cyan, magenta. So in the photos it doesn't really matter, because you have a raw photo and you can do all that adjustment at home. Video is slightly different, because when you're not shooting raw video, the corrections, the color grading afterward will be a little destructive. You can see there's a slight green cast here, and I want to try to adjust that by going into the Kelvin, and then I can do further adjustment. So rather than pushing it through the green up here, we can actually go through the red, and then down here, yeah. Oi, 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 oi. Hvor er det nu der?
Timing.
Den har noget i munden. Perfekt, Bertram.
Jeg har foregik det der. Fodrer den igennem her. Very nice.
So the challenge is that the background is like crazy bright and the forest itself is in shadow. So when you look at my screen here, you'll see the histogram has a huge peak in the shadow and then almost no information and a huge peak in the highlights, meaning that we have the shadows are blocking and the highlights are burning out, and there's basically nothing you could do about that except from choosing, do I want to preserve the highlights or do I want to preserve the details in the shadows? And here you have two choices, if you ask me. The one is to say, I don't care about the highlights blowing out, I want the woodpecker so I can see the colors and everything, the details, and then just accept that you have a burnout background. Second option is to say, I want the highlights preserved so I can get that little yellow color in the light, and then I make the woodpecker and the tree into a silhouette. So yeah, you can't have everything.
Yep.
The photo I'm really after now is one where it's a silhouette and the woodpecker is flying out from the hole, so I have it like in a silhouette as it's flying. And the challenge is that it's so fast, and I've missed it twice now, and I'm tempted to use this pre-capture on the Nikon Z9, where when you start to take photos you actually have 1 second before, but because it's in JPEG and the contrast is so extremely high out there, I'll try my luck without pre-capture so I can get these photos in RAW. But compared to the woodpecker, I feel incredible slow. The sun is setting over there, tree is there, so what we're doing now is we're moving a little to that direction so we get more backlight. Not that we want the sun in the frame, but we can then get these golden colors with the leaves out there, and usually after observing maybe 4 or 5 times, they usually fly out that way towards us. So yeah, we move. Spætten er der nu. The woodpecker is there. It really doesn't bother much. Maybe because we are close to the track.
Yeah, so clearly this distance is no problem.
Yeah.
But also we have a clean view at least like 10 meters more further behind if you would like to get like a bit of nature in the landscape instead of just a close-up.
Maybe it's not a bad thing that we are sitting near the track. They're used to see people here.
Yes, der er den lavthængende gren, der går lidt... den første bøg, det vil lave sådan en streg.
Ja, det har du ret i. We're talking about we have a branch in the background, and it could potentially be a deal breaker if that is cutting through the photo. Yeah, it does, but it's not that bad actually. I had to give up on the silhouette shot because the woodpecker would constantly fly towards us rather than to the side, and that made it impossible to keep focus. Oh, now it's there again. Just trying to move a little forward so I can photograph underneath the beech leaves that is hanging in front of the hole, and Bertram says it's no problem, we are still on a very safe distance. Of course I had to be in the middle of the tree, but I'll explain you why. The reason why I'm moving a little forward and backward is because there are some leaves that is hanging in front of the hole, and I like not to get them away from the frame, but to be in the frame so they can make or create a blurry foreground where you can still see the leaves. Try to have a look at my screen now. It's these leaves here. Oi, mosquito. It's these leaves here. I think they make a really nice foreground. I'm just going to see what Bertram is getting up here. He's in a completely different angle. So how is it up here?
I think it's nice. I'm trying to use the trees to the left and the right to like frame up the photo.
Screen if I can see. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Also you have, if you can see on the camera, there's a dark tree here and here, creating a frame, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not to be evil, but I hope you also have the mosquitoes here.
Yeah, the mosquitoes is quite bad. Yeah.
The only thing that can save us from mosquitoes now is a fire home in the camp, but at some point we'll get to that. Now the light is too beautiful to leave. My hands are itching. I don't think I lie if I say I have 20 mosquito bites on my left hand now, because when I'm doing video I just can't move because I'm having that hand on the manual focus just in case, and then the mosquitoes definitely benefit from that. Nice. We were just waiting while we were getting tortured by the mosquitoes. Every time you sit still, they are just like bzzzt, and they're sitting all over the place. And now I think I got a really nice photo. But let's see. Awesome.
my camera has reached its limit. No more for me, just binoculars.
I'm close to a limit too, because with many megapixel on the Z9, you definitely get usable photos, but I think we have had the best light tonight, and now it's going very quick. It would have been different if the tree was not sheltered by all the other trees, but you know, it's often like that in the forest. Next up for us is having a cozy evening in front of the fire and see if the little crow, Bertram, is still there. I've named him Bertram and I hope Bertram is okay with that, but it's basically because Bertram was the one who saved the little guy's life by taking him away from the road where there were cars and bicycles, and he almost got run over by some mountain bikes, but let's hope he's fine. So see you then.
Ja, birk.
Okay.
Faktisk bare. Og så den øverste, det er råt.
Okay. Hvad er dit favorit at brænde af?
Jeg tror, det er eletræ. Det er sådan noget der. Det er super bløde.
Ja, okay.
Det må være en del af animationen.
Finally back on the farm. Oh, there's so much I don't know about this little fellow, but I'm about to find out. For now, the most important thing is to welcome him to his new temporary home, and then I think I have a bigger cage, one of Bjørn's old cages in the barn. Speaking about Bjørn, that is probably going to be the biggest challenge. How will he react on the crow? I think we should get the bigger cage and figure out a place where the crow can be. I think in the beginning it should be a place where the little fellow can see me and kind of get stimulated that way. That is a good place. Right there. Because I have my dining table over there. But let's get that cage. And then let's get the crow in here and let Bjørn and Bertram meet each other. Hi. Just a second, I'll be back. Yeah. Okay. Food for the Bertram. Something for the water. Let's get some wood. Bjørn, skal de her? Is it cold? I think that should do it for now. Yeah, I think this will work, and after all, he's not going to stay in that cage so much because I think he needs to be stimulated with his high intelligence. That's at least what I can read. And the next few days will just be me reading and talking to people and scientists I know about things like this, how I should do it the best way, and yeah, let's get Bertram inside the little cage. Maybe we should actually let Bjørn say hello first. Bjørn og Kraven have mad. Skal Bjørn og Kraven have mad? Og Bjørn, kan du sit? Sit. Bjørn skal være sød. Bjørn skal være sød. Nej, Bjørn, nej. Fedt. Nej. 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 Værsgo. Dygtig Bjørn. Bjørn. Dygtig. Dygtig. Hvor er du dygtig. Værsgo. Dygtig Bjørn. Dygtig. Hvor er du dygtig. Dygtig hund. Det var godt. Hvor er du dygtig. Ja, hvor er du dygtig. Dygtig Bjørn. Det var flot. He's such a good dog. He can definitely feel that I don't want him to take it. And then I just tried to give him food at the same time so that the focus was not on don't take the crow, don't take the crow, but it was like now it's a good time. We have snacks. And I think he will just start to accept the little fellow, and I hope Bertram will accept Bjørn as well. Look, this little guy. Now I'm very focused on not giving all my attention to the little crow, but give more attention to Bjørn, because he's an old dog and he has been my best little friend for 13 years now, and I don't want him to feel that now he's in a second place. He'll always be my first place, and then the little crow is just another friend of the family. Look, it's relaxing. My biggest hope now is that within short time the little Bertram will learn how to eat himself, so I don't have to feed him, not because I don't want to, but because I don't know how much he should have, and then when he eats himself he can eat as much or as little as he wants, and the same with water. So tomorrow I'm driving to a animal store and find something for birds, rabbits, whatever. I think I just put 3 different things in there so he can just choose which one he likes. Actually, I changed my mind. I don't want him on the floor, I want him on my dinner table, because then he'll be able to look out in nature. Otherwise he will just be looking into a wall. This is much better, look. Now he is here. Then he gets some flowers. Then he has this beautiful view, especially when I remove my sweater. And then he has the view to the garden and the terrace. Hopefully very soon, maybe tomorrow already, I can take him out on the terrace so he just comes out in the grass and as fast as possible. But yeah, Bertram the crow, Bjørn the dog, and Morten the man will say we'll keep you updated with the little Bertram.